Death from Above. Hey guys, Justin here. Now in this video I'm going to be talking about this monstrosity, the P47. Now I'm going to be talking about the D28 version. I'm not going to be talking about the D22RE version, which was the event version, which was unleashed in Battle Summer. Now this version, it's not as good as the D28 version. As you can see, it's the 22 version. 22RE version. So, and you can see there's some mild differences between the two. Now, I'm going to be talking about what this thing is, its stats, and why it's actually considered to be, in my opinion, one of the most broken things in the game. And I know many people will share that sentiment. The P47 is unlocked at level 27 alongside the Attacker Pilot 2 squad. It can only hold one crew member. It has a 500-pound bomb, 8 M2 Browning machine guns, and 10 HVAR rockets by default as its arsenal, with a maximum speed of 723 kilometers an hour, a maximum climb rate of 18 meters a second, and a best turn speed of just under 20 seconds. Now, obviously, I haven't upgraded it, but yeah. So, with this, you might be thinking, why is this thing so dangerous? Well, and why is this thing so overly hated if you haven't played it? These things. HVARs. Now, if you don't know, there was a massive bomb nerf which happened. I can't remember. I think it was around Tunisia. But basically, bombs back then were a huge problem back in the game. Like, this was huge. Bombs, literally, it was basically you get nuked across the end of the map. People were comparing plays to the boat, to the Enola Gay. You know, it's basically was one of the most awful times to be around. Now, when the bomb nerf happened, lots of planes got affected. The P47 was supposed to be in one of these planes affected, but it wasn't. The problem with the P47 is these things, HVARs. HVARs, it has 10 of them for a start, which is insane. The most any other plane has is 6, I believe, which is the P47-22, but other planes, you know, they don't have that many. Like, this one has 6 as well. The P38 has 6 as well, but this has 10. So it has, and you might be thinking, oh, it can't be that bad. These things are deadly. I've been hit, right, where someone's hit the point. I was about 40 meters from the point, and the HVARs still hit me. These things they're generally just the most dickish things out there. The only, there's not really much of a counter to them as well. The Axis has a few planes which can counter P47s. Like, for example, like, I've started using BF-110s to try and counter the P47s because they're so powerful. And the BF-110, it's a good aircraft, but it's not up to the standard of the P47. The P47, of course, as a bomber aircraft as well. Because, again, the rockets are so powerful in this game, so a BF-110 is not even, I wouldn't say the BF-110 is even comparable to a P38 in terms of ground, surface to ground or air to ground combat. You have a Focke-Wulf here, which is almost identical, but it's a fighter first off. BF-19s have bombs and mostly cannons. Like, they just have cannons. This one has a bomb, so it's slightly better. And then you have the 188, which has just bombs and no defense mechanism at all. And then later, of course, you get this, which I would say is kind of is about as good as the BF-110. But here's another problem with the P47. It's essentially a fighter. It's a fighter in an attack aircraft situation. Now, I know the BF-110 is also a heavy fighter as well, but the BF-110 is really early in the game, and the comparison with the Americans is a fighter aircraft. With this, the Axis counterpart is actually, I believe, it is the Focke-Wulf. But even then, I would argue that the Focke-Wulf is actually worse than this, because, well, it's about as good, in terms of dogfighting as the P47, but it's not as good at attacking land targets. Compare that to the P47, which is good on both, because you can nuke the enemies with the HVARs, and then you can use the M2s to just destroy everyone else. It's insane how powerful these are. And yeah, there's not really much of a counter to them. With every other plane, with every other, and it counters everything as well. Like this, if you have a Panther, for example, if you have a Panther that's tried to mess up, your allies, a P47 will defeat a Panther. Those HVARs can destroy a Panther, and if it doesn't destroy them, drop a 500-pound bomb on them. That's gonna kill it. Not really much you could do as a Panther if you have an enemy in a P47. That's the problem, I think, with the P47, and why I think it is the most overpowered vehicle in the game, because nothing can really counter it. If you have 3 people who have P47s on the enemy team, that's it. You're fucked, really, because one person's, you're always going to have a P47 in the air. As well as that, if you have people who have, for example, who've got the fighters, like the P51s, which are kind of mini, they're not as powerful, but you could basically have someone in a P51 and a person in a P47, and you've got air dominance, and the Axis can't really do anything about it. The BF-110, again, like I said, it's a good plane, it's a very good plane, but you can't really do much against it. You can't really do much with the Focke-Wulf. Could probably take him out, but it lacks the good, ground killing power that the P47 does. Again, even stuff like the 188 or the A20 for the Allies, wherever it is, where is it? The A20. These don't match. These don't match them either, because the A20 is basically is probably one of the most powerful bomber in the game, but the P47 can probably do more damage with those HVARs, and more accurately as well. HVARs are very accurate. I've been on the receiving end of these, 30 pieces, and I've dealt 30 pieces with these things. They are disgustingly powerful. You literally, if anyone's in the same postcode as one of those HVARs, they're dead. No down, no ducking, they're dead. Which is why I think it is the most overpowered plane in the game, and why I've actually been it's literally until I've been started getting screwed over by these and getting killed from halfway across the map, from where the bomb site was, from where the HVAR hit, that I've started using them. They are dirty powerful, and in my opinion, they are probably one of the plane that needs the most change. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. To put it basically bluntly, this is an overpowered plane, and yeah, just that. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one.